Hi everyone, my name is Mate Sipper. My very first recording for YouTube. I've never been a content creator before and I thought that I'd give it a try. I was inspired from a lot of different content creators over the years. So today we're going to be playing Stardew Valley. So my name is Mate Sipper, so my name is Mate. Our farm name is Bitter Farm. I mean, if anyone's ever had yerba mate, you'll know that mate is not a very sweet drink. It's exceptionally bitter. But, I mean, you can add sugar to it. My favorite thing... Well, my favorite thing is tea, so... After all... We're gonna go with a dog. I kind of like Mr. Pointy Ears there. The hair do we want? Do that one. Kind of looks like my hair after my haircut. And we'll go with the green eyes. A little darker. We could go full YouTuber and have purple hair. We'll go darker. And my pants, and we'll leave those alone. As for these farms, so standard farm is pretty fun. I've played it a lot. I want to try the Riverland farm. I've never played that one, so I think it'll be interesting. And this is our story, kind of where we came from. It is skippable. Why would you skip this? I mean, you gotta love Grandpa. So, my name is Mate Sipper. I love yerba mate, which for those of you who do not know, it is a South American tea. It's more specifically, it's a Argentina type tea. The Uruguayos and Chilenos also drink it as well as do people from Brazil. But Argentina is definitely the state, or the country that's the most proud of it. And I had the opportunity to live and work in Argentina for a few years, and so I kind of brought back that habit with me. And now, XX years later, oh no. Working in a cubicle. I've done that before. Not a lot of fun. Tons of quotas, all this work you gotta do. All these people like that. Frickin' Bob. Never showering. And there's me. Falling asleep at the computer. Reminds me when I was training. My last job. Man, life sucks. Gotta hit them quotas. And you can click on the envelope. If you're reading this, you must be in dire need of a change. I guess you could say that. Happened to me a long time ago. Lost sight of what mattered most in life. Money. Just kidding. Connections and other people. So I dropped everything and moved to the place I truly belong. That includes the deed to that place, my pride and joy, Bitter Farm. It's located in Stardew Valley, on the southern coast. It's a perfect place to start your new life. My most precious gift of all, and now it's yours. I think you'll honor the family name. Good luck. Love, Grandpa. If Lotus is still alive, say hi to the old guy for ya. Will me? Sure, I will. Anyway, so yeah, kind of going into my life, I love video games. I'm originally from Nebraska, and then I moved to Utah for a while to go to college. While I was in college, I studied pharmacy. COVID happened, and I decided I didn't want to do pharmacy anymore. Through kind of an odd set of events, my wife found me a job with a tax accountant, so I became an accountant. And he talked me into studying accounting. Hello, you must be Mate. Hi, Robin. So I'm here to fetch you and show you the way to your new home. Alrighty. If you'll follow me, you will do that. So she's a carpenter. You need something built, she will do it for you. Here's our little farm. This is Bitter Farm. All weed ridden, but we can deal with that. Yeah, we'll have it cleaned up. We start getting farm animals. Man, farm animals stink. Here's your new home. Ah, hello, Mr. Lewis. Sorry, I didn't mean to skip that. There's the Pelican Town. It's been asking about me. Why? Oh, well, I must be somewhat of a celebrity then. So, you're moving into your grandfather's old college. Man. Very rustic. Lived in a few rustic homes. Just kidding. It's one way to put it. Chris, you might... More apt, though. Yeah, that describes my last apartment. My last apartment had a flood hit it, and a bunch of cockroaches showed up because of it. Don't listen to her, Mate. She's just trying to make you dissatisfied. You buy one of her house upgrades. Oh, we definitely will be. Anyway, you must be tired from the journey. Go to sleep. Most people would appreciate that. Oh, I'm sure they would. Alrighty, we can do that. Good luck. Good riddance. Just kidding. The people in this game are awesome. I love them. A little bit of a cut-off rooster there. Alright, this is our home. You can redesign it all you want. You can axe the bed, I guess, too, if you want. And they left us a little present. Nice. Here's our TV. We can be like an American and just hang out inside all day and watch TV. Be like, watch Fox News. Just kidding. World's a mess, and it's best to leave the world in the world. We're on YouTube, dang it. Leave the world at the door. Anyway, so we're gonna clear some land a little bit. All these tools down here we can use. Little frog. So, I don't know how many people have never played this game before. It's definitely a favorite of mine. When it first came out, though, I did not play it. I was more of a late player of this game. Just like Minecraft, you use your pickaxe on the rocks. Unlike Minecraft, you don't need a shovel. Instead, you have a hoe. That's how you do all your digging. I'll do a little 5x3, I guess. And here's the seeds the man gave us to get started. And, oh, it's 4x3. Whoops. There you go. That extra row there. And every day, you'll have to water your crops. And I don't know if I'm gonna actually leave in watering my crops or not. It's kind of it's one of those things that's just, it's a chore, you know? Like, maybe it's fun to watch the first time, but after that, it's just the same thing over and over and over again. Alrighty. One more row, just in case. surprised I got a potato. Usually I only get parsnips on the first day. And so let's explore the farm a little bit. So these here are oak trees. If you chop them down, you'll get some lumber. You can also get acorns from that. If you get acorns, maple seeds or helicopters, and pine nuts or pine cones, you can make these little granola bars. We won't be able to make them today. So this game is very interesting, I guess, in how it levels you up. So you can level up in the day, which I can show that. These are your skills, so you can level up in the day. I didn't realize that if you hovered over yourself you'd walk, that's funny. But the effect doesn't really take effect until you go to bed. And so we got farming skill once we harvest something, mining skill when we break rocks, foraging when you chop down trees, fishing when you catch a fish, and combat, well, just like any other pixel perfect RPG, there is some combat, kind of like Secret of Mana. It's a very old game that I'd love to play one day. I've never actually played it, but I have watched other people play it. It's like a lot of fun. Now that there was a remake that came out of it a couple of years ago on Steam, so maybe I'll get it and give it a try someday. We'll have to see. Oops. So just like in most games, there's a progression. Break certain rocks and to break certain things like stumps and logs. So I believe it's copper for those. And I believe it's steel for the logs. Let's see if we can find one. So I said I've never actually played on this farm before, so it'll be interesting to see how this farm is laid out. One of my personal favorite farms is definitely the forest farm. You get certain items in the game a little bit earlier on the forest farm, so it's kind of nice. Alrighty, let's look here. Yeah, that log right there. So you need a steel axe to break that log. And if anyone has played this game before and is going to ask if I'm going to do the glitch to go into the secret forest to get early hardwood, no. This is not a speedrun, this is just kind of a casual playthrough. You can tell by how lack of skills I'm playing right now. I don't know if it's going to be a 100% playthrough. It'll definitely be a play all the way through the first 2 years playthrough. But we'll have to see if we decide to do a full 2-year playthrough or not. And then we have $500 that we start out with. I'll actually make a box first. You're going to need to get to that wood pile later on. So just make sure that you kind of leave at least one spot to get to it. And let's head into town and say hi to everyone, I guess. We'll introduce ourselves like a true newcomer. Like the 50s. I don't think people really go out and say, hi, I'm new anymore. Not really a common thing you hear about people doing anymore. I mean, I guess if you start a business and you want to like put out a little advert to let everyone know. But when I moved out here to Lincoln, I definitely did say hi. That's Carolyn. She's married to Pierre. Pierre runs a store. He's from the city, just like you. You'll get to learn a little bit more about him. I actually got 1 more cauliflowers, 2 beans, and 4 cauliflowers. A little bit of everything. So usually in this game, getting a little bit of everything is not the ideal strategy. With it being year one, day one, I'm going to get a little bit of everything, and also with it being a Let's Play, I'm going to get everything in year one. It's the only thing I didn't really show a lot of love to is the flowers. But we can get flowers later on in the season. They don't usually take too long to grow. Oh yeah, green beans have these trellises, or trelli. Actually, I don't know how you make that plural. And you can't walk through them. Every season has a crop that's like that, except for winter. And yes, winter does have crops. They're kind of odd. But we'll see if we can get them. This here is Jody. Jody has an interesting story. She has 2 kids and a husband, but you will not actually get to meet the husband for quite some time. This here's Vincent, one of the aforementioned kids of Jody. Farm says don't speak to strangers. You seem cool. Not how I was. Growing up, actually, my parents took my bike away because I rode to the end of the street and then talked to people. So here's Jazz. She has a relation to Marnie. I believe that's her aunt. Marnie lives and works in there. That's her farm. So here's Haley. She loves photography. I don't really like her that much, but I don't. She's just always kind of struck me as rude. So these here are spring onions. I got really lucky today. So spring onions are not really the most useful of crops other than to eat. You can't grow them, they kind of just spawn. And they only seem to spawn on this side of the map. I've never seen them anywhere else, but I could be wrong. They could show up somewhere else. Anytime you see that you've got new ideas to sleep on, it means you've gained a level. So as you can see, I've leveled up in foraging. And I think with the exception of today, I'm going to try to make all these videos only 2 days long. Today I'm only going to make 1 day long because it is, well, there's a lot of cutscenes and I'm still kind of learning how to do YouTube, I guess. I'm going to try to upload, I mean, I say at least once a week. I'm shooting more for like 3 times a week. And depending on what I decide to do with this channel, maybe 5 times a week, but I'm planning to take Tuesdays and, Tuesdays and Sundays off. So when that happens, it means that you've exhausted yourself. So it means I'm going to wake up tomorrow with an energy penalty. It's not really a big deal, but it is kind of annoying. If you don't refill your energy from 0, then you'll walk really slowly too. And I like to think that you probably talk slow, but I'm not really sure. But yeah, as for today, I'm kind of just chopping a bunch of trees down, trying to get as much wood as I can. Wood is one of those resources you don't really think about needing until all of a sudden you need it. And as soon as you need it, that's when you're like, well, dang, I wish I had more of it. So I'm going to just try to get as much of it as I can early on. Plus, by killing all the trees, if I do it now, it gives them more time to kind of grow back. It'll give us something to do later on in the year as well. But it's kind of an interesting balance this game teaches you. It teaches you kind of the importance of time management. It teaches you how to bribe friends. I guess. So this game is kind of like a Harvest Moon in a lot of respects. I don't know if anyone here has ever played Harvest Moon before it became whatever it is now. I haven't ever played the modern Harvest Moon games, or Stories of Seasons, as it's also called. I'm aware that they're two separate things. I know one is owned by Natsume, and the other one is owned by... I couldn't tell you. But basically what happened is the two companies that made Harvest Moon, Natsume and the other one, had a disagreement. And through that disagreement, the companies never really agreed on what to do with the property. And so someone owns the name Harvest Moon, and someone owns like an aspect of the gameplay, I believe. And so because of that, there's Harvest Moon and Stories of Seasons, both basically made by the same creators, but not the same game at all. I've never played either of them, and I haven't played any of them since Harvest Moon Magic Melody, I think was the name of it, on the GameCube. And that was a pretty fun game. Stardew Valley is very similar to that in a lot of respects. There's also a lot of differences with it, as we'll obviously get into. First off, the art style is very different from the classic Harvest Moon games. And the other things that are different are the holidays. There's a few different mechanics, I guess, like definitely endgame stuff. Oh yeah, everyone closes their house at 8 p.m. This is a graveyard. Sometimes you'll run into people here. There's a character that tends to come here and look at this grave sign, but no one actually knows who this beloved Mona is. So maybe Concerned Ape will add more to the lore later on, but I highly doubt it. The most recent update was actually kind of a surprise update. Everyone thought he was working on his new game coming out, which is called Haunted Chocolatier. And then out of the blue, he just said, hey, I'm going to do an update. This might be my last one, but I'm not entirely sure. And with that, we got another update to this game. I won't complain, I love Stardew Valley. Here's the bar. It's by far the best place to meet people. Here's Clint. He's a blacksmith. He's kind of a funny guy. He's got a huge crush on this girl right here. Here's Shane. He's another character I don't really get along with, but he's maybe we'll get to know him better this game. He has some kind of interesting things you can do with him later on. So here's a pool table. You can buy a can of Coke if you like from here. I don't have the money. I'm glad inflation's not that bad. It's $5 a can. Holy cow. This is an arcade game that you can play. I've never beaten this game. I'm not really the best at this game. So, but it is another aspect of the game that we'll eventually dive into. I don't really consider it as being part of the 100%. But, you know, you never know. But I might come back and do it. And this is another game. It's called Juno Kart. Oh, but you have to get the key for it. So yeah, I mean, I obviously wasn't really trying. I'm just trying to kind of get through here. This here's Pam. She's one of my favorite characters, even though she's kind of a terrible individual. This is Emily, the girl that Clint loves. This here's Gus. He's one of my favorites. He's pretty good of a guy. He has kind of an interesting story too. But overall, respect him a lot. Takes a lot of work to start your own business. So here's a calendar. It lets you know whose birthday's coming up. Mary Lou's coming up. We got Vincent, Haley, Pam, Shane, Pierre, and Emily. Kind of funny that thought for sure that we'd run into someone that we hadn't met yet on there. And yeah, so this is day 1. I might do some little small housekeeping things real quick. And then call it a night. Light up the front porch a little bit. Now, unlike Minecraft, you don't really have to put torches. Your house isn't going to get, like, invaded or something like that in the night. Oops. Oh, crap. Well, guess we'll see if this... No, it does use energy. Well, crap. Should have just left that there. Oh, well. So, the game will let you know at midnight that it's time for you to go to bed. You actually don't start getting penalized until it says 1 in the morning. And with that, we end our first day. So here's a level up screen. This kind of shows you that I leveled up. If I had sold anything, then after I hit OK, it would bring up another screen to let you know that, hey, this is what you sold. Here's how much you sold and how much you made. And every day saves. And so with that, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. If you wouldn't mind leaving a like or a comment in the very least. And if you like what I'm doing, a subscription never hurts, and after all, it's free. But this has been Mate Sipper, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.